Good morning, Glen Springs Tigers. Welcome back from a long spring break.
Today is Monday, March 20th, 2023.
And today we are following a red schedule for specials.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My name is Eric Robinson.
And my name is Wyatt Yax.
The character trait for the month of March is kindness. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. John Templeton.
March is Women's History Month. Women's History Month aims to celebrate the contributions women have made to the United States and recognize the specific achievements women have made over the course of American history in a variety of fields. So each day this month, we'll learn about a woman that made her mark in history.
Today we will learn about Helen Keller. Helen Keller was both blind and deaf, but despite these disabilities, she became a skilled writer and speaker. Helen Adams Keller was born on June 27, 1880, in Tuscumbia, Alabama. When she was 19 months old, she got very sick. The disease left her unable to see or hear.
She would go on to be the first deaf-blind person to write a book and publish 14 during her life. She's also the first deaf-blind person to have a bachelor's degree.
Wow, that's really inspiring. Let's learn more about Helen Keller.
Yes, it's water, I know. Ah! Dear Tim and Moby, why was Helen Keller so famous? From Elena. Helen Keller was a deaf and blind woman who overcame her disabilities to become an accomplished author and activist. Well, if you'll stop splashing me for a minute, I'll tell you. Helen Keller was born in a small town in Alabama in 1880. A serious illness left her permanently deaf and blind at only 19 months old. Well, doctors couldn't really figure out what the illness was. But it left Helen terrified and confused. She couldn't understand what was going on around her, and she couldn't express her feelings. It was like she was trapped in a prison of darkness and silence. She reacted like any scared kid would, with temper tantrums and outbursts. Her mother tried to find a tutor who could help Helen learn to get along in the world. Eventually, she found a young woman named Annie Sullivan. Sullivan had had a tough childhood of her own. She lost most of her eyesight at age 5, and she and her brother grew up in a state home for orphans. But she got a good education at a school for the blind in Massachusetts. When she went down to Alabama, she was just 20 years old, and young Helen was only 6. At first, things were rough. Sometimes Sullivan had to physically fight Helen to get her to behave. But she also spent time teaching her the manual alphabet. Well, basically, she would use her fingers to spell letters out onto Helen's palm. One day, the two were outside, at a water pump. Sullivan was pumping water onto Helen's hands and spelling the word water onto the other. All of a sudden, something clicked in Helen's mind. She understood the connection between the word water and the water itself. Once she began to understand words, Helen could start understanding the world around her. Just a few days after the incident at the water pump, she learned 30 new words in just a few hours. Soon, Sullivan taught her how to read, first with raised letters, and then with Braille, a writing system for the blind made up of raised dots. Keller even learned to type, both on Braille and regular typewriters. Sullivan became Keller's constant companion and teacher. Together, they continued Keller's education at schools in Massachusetts and New York City. And in 1904, Helen Keller graduated from Radcliffe College, becoming the first deaf and blind person ever to graduate from a university. Yeah, but it's nothing compared to what happened next. Helen Keller became a celebrated author. Over her lifetime, she wrote 12 books and numerous magazine articles. Eventually, she learned to read and write in 5 languages. Keller and Sullivan toured the world, telling their story, giving lectures, and answering questions about their lives. Sullivan passed away in 1936, but Keller kept on going. What did she do? Well, quite a bit. She visited 39 countries and befriended kings, queens, presidents, artists, writers, and activists along the way. Everywhere Keller went, she raised money on behalf of causes that helped the disabled and raised awareness of the hardships faced by blind and deaf people. She was politically active and wrote, lectured, and campaigned against social inequality. By the time of her death in 1968, Helen Keller was one of America's most famous people. She came to symbolize the triumph of the human spirit over adversity. After all, if a woman who'd been deaf and blind since childhood could accomplish so much, well, so could anybody.
Wow, even despite not being able to see or hear, she persevered and became one of the most successful and inspirational women.
Very cool. For lunch today, you have your choice of teriyaki chicken with bok choy fried rice, barbecue diced chicken sandwich, or sweet mandarin orange Asian salad with optional garlic and cheese breadstick.
Your options for sides are sweet potato waffle fries, steamed broccoli, mixed fruit cup, and fresh fruit.
Happy birthday to Corey Gay in 5th grade and Grant Felly in kindergarten. We hope you have a great day.
A reminder from Coach. Morning miles on the backfield from 7:15 to 7:35. If you would like to go to morning mile, be sure to go to breakfast first. See you out there.
Let's take a pause and talk about our pause expectations. P.
Positive attitude.
A.
Always be responsible.
W.
Working together.
S.
Show respect.
Have you used a pause expectation yet today?
It's never too late.
It
Remember, Tigers, class pictures and personality portraits are happening this Thursday, so be sure to bring your best smile.
And now a little shout out from Miss Little.
Hey Tigers, it's me, Miss Little. I'm here to say congratulations on our Boosterthon Fun Run. Not only did we meet our goal of $15,000, but we exceeded it. We raised over $21,000 because of you and all of your great donations and the help that you brought to our school. Because of that, we are so excited to tell you that we're going to have our inflatable costume race this Friday at 1 o'clock, and everybody is invited. You don't want to be absent on Friday because it's going to be one of the best things you've ever seen at school. In addition to that, the top 10 students who raise the most money, you're going to get to throw a pie in Officer Meyer's face this Wednesday. And the top 3 classes, you're going to get to come watch it. I'll announce those classes and students tomorrow. Way to go, Glen Springs Tigers. I'm so proud of you.
And now for our joke of the day. What does a witch eat when it's hungry and on the beach?
What?
A sandwich. From Laura Yaks in 3rd grade.
Miss.
Okay. Miss Du, since we've had such a long break, can we do a second one?
Sure.
All right, let me do this one. What is the teacher's favorite candy?
What?
Smarties. From Max in 4th grade. If you would like to have your favorite joke featured on the morning announcements, please stop by the Media Center to submit your joke in writing to Miss Du for consideration.
Have a magnificent Monday, Glen Springs Tigers!